Good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. This is Bernard Bolton. I want to welcome you to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton. And I know I'm normally not on this time of day on a Friday, but I'm really committed to making this happen. And so I see my first watcher is on. Please let me know who you are. Write your name in the chat box, and they left. So I'm going to be on for about 25 minutes. And today I just want to take questions about where you are, how are you navigating between ministry and the marketplace. And I really feel just a tug in my spirit that this is where the Lord is bringing us, the congregation, the community of Yeshua. He is bringing us into the kingdom um, through ministry and marketplace. And so one of my commitments, and I wrote a book about this. So let me know who you are. I see two people have joined me. Uh, so just write your name in the chat box. And so I wrote this story in an anthology, Occupy. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and plug that. And so this is an anthology written by a group of 10 writers, and I was one of the writers in the anthology. And I wrote about navigating between ministry and the marketplace. And so actually occupying the spheres, that was the name of the story, occupying the spheres of ministry and the marketplace. And so since releasing that, which is over a year now, since releasing this book, I have done a lot of work. I've taught several courses, and then at the Scribal Advance. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I wish I knew your first name, but I recognize C. Knowles as one of my faithful subscribers. So thanks for watching. And as I was saying, I had the privilege of doing a workshop or a class on how to effectively navigate between ministry and the marketplace. And so it was just a phenomenal class. Not so much because I was doing it, but just the revelation and the impartation that went forth. And so a lot of people in ministry, a lot of ministers, because let me let y'all in on a secret. If you are saved, if you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you are a minister. You are a minister. We are all ministers because we are all gifted. We all have spiritual gifts, at least one gift. I was writing today. Well, I finished the ebook for the Dream School that I'll be doing. Thank you, Knowles. I appreciate that comment. And so I was writing, finishing the ebook, and two of the gifts that I mentioned that we'll be discussing tomorrow is the word of knowledge, and the what's the other gift? And both of these gifts releases prophetic words. Okay, so there's the word of knowledge and the word of wisdom. And so some of you operate in those spiritual gifts, and you are prophetic, and you often release a word of knowledge or a word of wisdom. Okay. So because all of us have spiritual gifts, we are all called to ministry. We are all in ministry. Okay. Now, In some denominations, the denomination that I came out of, ministry was about a class of people. Hey, Cheyenne, good seeing you. Thanks for joining us. It was about a class of people. Hey, Sherelle, good seeing you. So in the denomination that I came out of, ministers were a special group of people. Unfortunately, not only a special group or a class, but they were men, and they all had to be called to ministry, and then the church would license them to the ministry, and then the next step up would be ordination by an ordaining council. Uh, and so in most churches, most denominational churches, they have this special class called ministry, and then everybody else is laity. But that's not a true picture. Now, I'm not knocking those who are called to preach, those who are called to vocational ministry, which includes preaching and pastoring and being an apostle, a prophet, a teacher, an evangelist. I'm not opposing that, but I am saying that we all are ministers. We all have a ministry because we are all called to serve. Okay, we serve in the congregation by our gifts. Okay, by our gifts. We serve by our encouragement, by our words, or by our action. So we're all ministers. Now we are not all vocational ministers. A vocational minister is one who has been called by God to lead, to equip, and to edify the church. And but we are all called to the ministry, what I call the ministry of the house. The ministry of the house is how we function in the congregation that we are a part of. Okay, and so we're all ministers. Now, it's equally true that we are all in the marketplace. Okay, we're all in the marketplace. Either you are a business owner, or you are an entrepreneur, or you're a coach or a consultant. Some of you are therapists. Matter of fact, just go ahead and write in the chat box, I am a minister, I am in the marketplace. And if you can just write, how do you function in ministry? How do you function in the marketplace? I would love to, because this is really about questions. I'm doing all the talking, but in a couple of minutes, I just want to take some questions, okay? And so in the marketplace, we function. All right, we function as business people, as freelancers. You might be a coach or a life coach. You might be a consultant. You might be a motivational speaker. But we're all, or you may be a worker. You may work for a company or an industry. Okay, so we are all in the marketplace, and 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 see, the thing that the message that the Lord has given me is to help those in ministry to navigate in the marketplace. Because one of the issues with being in ministry is we think ministry is our entire life. Okay, we think that, and so everything has got to be linked to ministry and to the language of ministry. And so when you're in ministry, you think that the only time God is calling you, you think that the only time God is speaking to you is when he's calling you. Okay, or you believe that the only time God is moving in your life is when he's giving you an assignment, or you believe that the ministry is your entire life. And this has done a lot of damage to ministers. It has done a lot of damage to families, to marriages, because when I look in the beginning, when God created Adam and then Eve, he didn't create them for ministry. He didn't call Adam to ministry. He sent Adam into the garden. And so Adam began life in the garden. He didn't begin life in church, in a congregation, being a preacher or a pastor or an apostle. And then God said, it is not good that man be alone, right? It is not good for man to be alone. And then he made the woman. Later, her name would be changed to Eve. And then the two of them became one. And so God put them in the garden to encounter life. Then later on, after they were expelled from the garden, they became parents. So that was life. That was life. That was life. And it was only through their sons that we began to see worship. The first time we saw worship was when Cain and Abel brought they brought offerings to the Lord, which is an act of ministry. But we never saw Adam in ministry. We saw him tending the garden, naming the animals, and actually just operating as one who's been given dominion. And he was walking in dominion. And then Eve also was created for dominion, and the two of them did that together. Now, can I say something, Knowles? And I hope you're not. I hope you don't not offended. But really, a minister doesn't belong in the marketplace because the two are separate. And I've seen a lot of confusion from the 7 Mountain Mandate, from the 7 Mountain theology, and from ministry in the marketplace theology, which is really not biblical, because the marketplace, and I got this gum in my mouth. I should have spit it out before I started. But the marketplace is a place for business. Okay, it is a place where you have created a product or you have a program. Now, you said that you are a life coach, okay, and that is a marketplace function. And I hope you're doing well in that. I hope you've got a lot of clients, okay, and all of that. Hey, Cheslin, very glad to see you. Life coach, that is a marketplace function. But ministry occurs among the people of God. A minister is one who serves God in the congregation. Okay. It's nowhere in the Bible where we see God calling ministers to the marketplace. Now, in this class that I did it was just last Friday, I talked about how Paul navigated in both ministry and the marketplace. In ministry, Paul was an apostle. He was an apostle. He was a pastor. He was a teacher. He was a preacher. Okay. And all of those were his functions in the midst of the congregation. In the marketplace, Paul was a tent maker. There were times when Paul had to go to work to make money, because that's what the marketplace is for. Okay, in the marketplace, we make money. My particular marketplace is my academy, where I coach groups, and I have master classes and workshops, and we're doing the School of Prophetic Dreams and Visions. And even though that is spiritual in its content, my academy is my marketplace. And so I don't have a problem with charging people to come to my academy and partake in the class, like the school tomorrow. That's my marketplace. All right. But in ministry, I'll be doing ministry this Sunday. I hope that you can join me. I'll be doing ministry, the Renaissance our monthly worship. Okay. and that's ministry. And I don't charge people. Now I do accept offerings and tithes and first fruit because the people of God should give where they're being fed. But I never charge people for being a part of the ministry. Y'all see the difference? See, and so what a lot of ministers are trying to do is they are a lot of ministers, and it's not all of it is not corruption, all of it is not they're hustling, but they have to make a living, and so they are attempting to make a living through their ministry when they should be in the marketplace. Yeah, no, Knowles, you got it. You're in the congregation now. Whatever your function is in the congregation, that is your ministry. But when you are coaching, okay, when you are coaching, that's your marketplace. And so we have to learn how to navigate, because what's happening is a lot of apostles and prophets, and those are called vocational functions, offices, and they're trying to operate in the marketplace because they're trying to make money. Well, Cheslin, there's nothing wrong with being a prosperity preacher. Matter of fact, we should all be walking in prosperity. Prosperity is the will of God. Now, I know the slant to that is, but listen, we should never use the terminology. We should never use words that hurt and offend. Okay, and so a lot of people are jealous. They are jealous of ministers who are wealthy. Okay, ministers who are financially affluent, and so they call them prosperity preachers, and they speak against the prosperity gospel. But listen, the gospel is prosperity. Jesus said, I have come to preach the gospel to the poor. So why is Jesus preaching the gospel to the poor? Because he don't want us to be poor. Most of the time we are poor because we lack education in finances, or we are bound in traditional mindsets that comes from our family, our culture, the church. Some of us are poor because of negativity, because we live in negative energy. And I know that some of you, I had a lady, she actually stopped following me because I used the word energy. She said that I was using new age language, but energy, energeo in the Greek, okay, that is a biblical word. God is the God of energy. And so energy actually has a lot to do with whether you're going to prosper or you're going to be impoverished. Negative, okay. So so ask me um any questions about ministry. Are you in ministry? Are you in the marketplace? Are you navigating between both? And how are you doing? And if you need help, hey Angela, good seeing you. Good seeing you. I'm going to be offering some coaching sessions in the month of December for those who are trying to learn how to navigate between ministry and the marketplace. Cheslin says, I always listen to the message and have no issue with prosperity preaching, but where I am now on my journey, I'm looking at prosperity teaching, preaching, and modulism in the church. Okay, well, I understand. I understand that, sir. I'm just simply saying uh, there are certain terms that are used in order to offend and to hurt. And I just don't think, I think that it's time for the church to move away from that. Okay. And so the term prosperity preaching or prosperity gospel, it is meant as an attack against those who are doing well. And I don't believe that you may be against the excesses in that movement or some of you know, because there's some men and women of God who have used that message to hurt people, to steal, and all of that. But it is not the true gospel message, because the true gospel message is a prosperity message. Sherelle says that is so true. There's so much that can cause us to stay poor, that is both spiritually and financially. Very true, very true. And most of the time we are poor through our choices, because we don't and we don't know any better. Most of us in the United States, we didn't learn finances in school. Okay, we didn't learn, and so hey, Prophet Danielle, I'm still looking for balance. I'm in mental health and looking to start something new. But that's great. I pray that for you in this coming year. I've been looking for how I can advance, my business as well as the ministry God has called me to. So thank you, Cheslin. I appreciate you, brother. My brother from South Africa. Although I've never been to South Africa, I love the country and the people, and I'm hopeful that I'll get there one day. All right. So listen, I'm about done. If you don't have any questions for me, um, there's still time, even though I don't have the link here. There is. You might be able to go in the description box. I don't know if I even. Yeah, and there's still time for you to register for the School of Prophetic Dreams and Visions. Now, you can pay for all three sessions, okay, which is $97. We're not really in it to make a lot of money, or you can pay for the individual session. So let's say you just want to attend tomorrow, you can go ahead and all right. Wow, Angela. All right. She says, your prophetic dream of me moving is coming to pass. I'm moving Monday to Houston. That is incredible. Thank you, Angela, for sharing that. And praise be to God. Listen, and even in the marketplace, y'all, you can be prophetic without being religious. Okay, you can speak what God is saying. And so I love the prophetic, and I love prophesying to people. And so Angela is on her way, and I just want to pray for you, Angela. Father, I just thank you for Angela's journey. I thank you, Father, for her heart for ministry. I pray, Lord, that you are going to connect her with people that are going to encourage her and build her up. And Father, I pray that Angela will be stress free in this move. And I pray that Angela is even a sign for many of those who are in a position of moving. They're looking for their next place. And so, Father, I speak that right now in Yeshua's name. Amen. 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 Noel says she's in Houston now. It's a lot of movement in Houston. So, all right. All right. So listen, stay in touch, Angela, and let me know how you're doing and if I can do anything to help. Okay. And so I appreciate y'all for just tuning in. I didn't plan to meet, but I just had a lot going on today. But we always like to connect on lives. And so again, if I can help you, listen, I want to encourage you to get my book. Okay, Occupy or Prophetic Dreams. Now I've got several links in the description box. I don't think I have a link for Occupy, so you need to just write me, and I can send you the information on how to get that. But the book Prophetic Dreams and Visions, you can get a copy of that. And as I was saying, you can register for the school. Thank you. Is your first name Cynthia? I'm talking to C Knowles. It seems like your name is coming to me now. I couldn't remember it, but is your first name Cynthia? Okay. All right. All right. Several of the people that are here are attendees to the prophetic school. Oh, Carol. Okay, Carol. Well, God bless you. And God bless all of you. Thank you for joining us. Let me know how I can help you. As I said, I'm going to be offering coaching sessions in December. A lot of it is planning for the new year, planning for 2022. Even though I don't really do the new year on our calendar, but a lot of people do. So we'll be doing coaching, and if you need some help in navigating between ministry and the marketplace, because a lot of us are still in confusion. I'm in ministry, I'm in the marketplace. How do I move in both, and how do I keep them separate? All right. So yeah, let me know. All right, Cheslin, because you live in another country, it's probably best for you to go to Amazon and order it off of Amazon. I wouldn't be able to send you a copy of one of mine because the cost it would just cost too much. But you can go to Amazon and get the book. I don't tell people to go to Amazon because I don't get as much profit as selling them directly, and Amazon is making all the money, and they give me a little portion of it. But for you, Cheslin, you may go to Amazon, and you can order it there. All right. God bless y'all. I hope you have an incredible weekend. Tomorrow is Shabbat, the day of rest. It's not a religious day. It's not about religion or going to church, but it is really about finishing the week. Uh, Shabbat is about finishing the week. It is the only day that God blessed of all the days in the week. God blessed the seventh day. So when you keep Shabbat, you are actually entering into the blessing. You're entering into the blessing of the Lord. So it is a day to take it easy, but it's also a day of refreshing yourself for the new week, which starts on Sunday. So Shabbat, we build ourselves up. We do the things that energize us, the things that inspire us, and then we take it easy. Okay. And so I do teach on Shabbat, but when I first started keeping Shabbat, I had my Hebrew teacher. I was talking to her about Shabbat, and I said, do I still need, should I stop teaching? Should I stop doing my classes and workshops? And she said, well, Jesus taught. He went into the temple and taught on Shabbat. So if he did it, you can do it. And so, but it is still a day of rest. So I want to encourage you, if you can, okay, keep Shabbat, enter into that blessing. Watch how the Lord starts to change things in your life. All right. So God bless y'all. I hope to see you on next Friday. And of course, we do videos throughout the week. And Sunday, remember, Sunday, we'll be here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for worship with the Renaissance Prophetic Network, which is the network of ministers that we lead. Okay. So God bless you all. Shalom.